What's up, guys? Tim Little. Welcome back to TacticalBassin. Today's video got a spring fishing video for you out on the water. Now today, feel like we've had 3 seasons in the last few days. Spring, then summer, it was like high 80s, low 90s, and now this morning it was a low of 32 freezing. So we got a little bit of a late start. Should be a good one. Let's go. All right, guys, so like I said, getting a little bit of a late start. Had to do a prop change and then just wanted to kind of let it defrost this morning. These fish, it's April. These fish are used to the warmer weather, warmer water, and then all of a sudden, boom, we have this cold snap. But like I said, I got sweats, hoodie on. This afternoon's supposed to be a little bit warmer, and then we have a warming trend coming, but it was hot last week. So a lot of these fish are gonna be in the pre-spawn and spawn stage, so we're gonna go up shallow. Gonna actually start here close to the ramp, throwing big baits, glides, Magdraft, swim baits, chatterbaits, that sort of stuff. And then we'll go run around and see if we can find them somewhere else. But again, gonna check shallow with the big baits, hoping to find some pre-spawn females, and we'll adapt, go from there. So here we go. All right, so I wanted to check this hard stuff on this flat, but looking at water temp, we're down in the low 50s, 53.5. It's dropped almost 10 degrees in the last couple days since the last time I was out. So it has really cooled down. So we might have to wait till later this afternoon to pull up onto some of this stuff and see if some of those big females will pull up on it and warm up once that water temp starts warming up. But definitely that cold snap dropped that water temp. All right, on the board, little chatterbait action, little Z-Man Evo Elite. This is my third stop. Basically, looking for cleaner, warmer water. Carp spawning over there, just muddying up the bank, but basically just running and gunning, trying to find active fish, trying to find warmer water. You know, that first water where we launched, that whole area was like 50, like low 50s, 52, 53, 53.5. Right now I found in the very back here, we're at 62.3. So I came on the very, very back of this cove. So we're gonna work our way through here, see if we can pick up another, but basically just running bank, running shade pockets with a moving bait and seeing if we can find some pre-spawners. So decent start. Ooh, you are a white bass. Cold bass. Number 2 on the swammer, flashy swimmer combo. Dude, crack that thing. Poor dude, I took him out of the water on the hook set. Sorry, buddy. Cracked that one and broke off on the hook set. Probably should have retied after that last monster hook set. I just threw up basically to the corner of these reeds. Exploded my leader at the knot, looks like. Basically, the wind's blowing in, so I came back to the very back. I can't get back any farther, but just kind of picking this apart with that underspin, that flash swimmer. The water's really stained, maybe 6 inches of visibility, so that's why I had that flash. And I'm just trying to pick out where I feel like bass might be staging. So far, a few of the fish I've caught, few fish I caught were a little bit smaller bucks. So try and run into some pre-spawn fish, but that one actually cracked her on the hook set and then a big old boil. So I think that was a better fish, but retie and keep going. And just loaded up on me. Thanks, dude. All right, guys, so we've developed a pattern. Basically, I fished this last half a mile, but all of my bites have been in the last, basically the last 50 yards of any of the pockets. And they're few and far between. But anytime I get near the vegetation that's been flooded, so the water's come up probably 3 feet in the last week. So a lot of this flooded vegetation was out of the water like a week ago. So I'm just throwing this weedless flashy swimmer. That's why I'm going weedless, because there's a lot of stuff in the water that's been covered up with this water levels rising. So that's why I'm not throwing a square bill or a glide bait or anything like that, because there's a lot of grass, a lot of flowers and reeds that I'm getting hung up in. But being able to throw that flashy swimmer when I can, throw that chatterbait. But that is the pattern, guys. Right on the backs of these pockets, it's warmer water. It's not necessarily clearer water, but it's definitely warmer. And it seems like the majority of the fish that I found are in the backs. So guys, all I'm doing, if you guys can see this, but there's a reed point here, a reed point there, a reed point there, and kind of just using those as like secondary points as we head to the back. But got bit on this first one. Hopefully I can get bit on one of the next two. But a lot of times you can use the vegetation or the reed points just like you would on a main lake secondary point. It works the same. Those fish transition on it, they hold on it, they can ambush from it. It's a really, really good area to fish thoroughly. literally put down the chatterbait and picked up the underspin. I tried catching him on the chatterbait. This guy smoked it. I'm like, man, am I getting short struck on this chatterbait? Pick up the underspin and catch this little dude. Thanks, dude. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Literally put down the chatterbait. I fished this whole bank. Had a few odd things and set it down, picked it up again, and first cast. That little dude choked it. Something about that Tennessee shad, flashy swimmer. They're eating it. This little Karashi's so much fun. Nice fish. Nice one. Smoked that Karashi. Such a fun little bait, especially in the springtime. Went in the very back. Nice one, thanks dude. Went in the very back of this cut, just like on pattern like we've talked about earlier today. Just haven't got the good bites, mainly like the smaller bucks, you know, 2 to 3 pounds. But just got the kicker of the day on that little guy right there. Thing puts a lot of fish and big fish in the boat. Pretty cool. So we talk about it all the time. Basically, this is a Corrado BFS Cash Nikon. This is a 7-foot light, super light rod. This is a sub-walking, basically a cross between a top water and a jerk bait. It can skip out of the water. That last fish ate it just like it would on like a spook or something like that. But this thing just dances and darts all around like a erratic bait fish. And it's really, really fun to hook them on this light gear. Got 6-pound braid, 7-pound fluorocarbon leader. And if you play them right, you can catch big ones on this light gear. So much fun. Can't rush them with this. Ooh. No. Another nice one. So guys, on that one, this whole little pocket, right? Thanks, dude. There's a shade wall right there, about 20 feet off the shoreline. There's shade wall. So there's a bunch of laydowns, but I cast back in there when I got a clear casting lane, and I just started working this bait like I would like a fast fluke, and I saw a boil behind it and I killed it and it just loaded up. Never felt a bite, but two of our better fish have come on the smaller bait finesse setup. So much fun. Jumbo. Still, that's the benefit of bait finesse. Makes these little guys seem like 3-pounders. Thanks, dude. Still, just run the same pattern, guys. Just the backs of these pockets. Just fishing shade lines. Throwing this thing as fast, basically as fast as I can walk it. Trying to find some active fish. Boat flipping on BFS. Got him. Another Karashi bass. Thanks, dude. Guys, we're just running around trying new water. Same pattern, new water. Just trying to find more places. Again, just fishing backwaters with that underspin, with the Karashi. The Karashi seems to be putting better fish in the box, but in the boat. But all in all, it's been a great day. Running all over this lake, trying different areas, fished areas I've never fished before. Pretty cool day. We'll wrap it up here shortly. All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Great day out on the water. Gonna go run back up to the lawn tramp, put on the trailer and head home. But a great day. You know, we never came across any true giants, but we caught a lot of nice fish, some quality fish. Basically running the same pattern. It took me a little bit to figure it out. You know, I haven't been on the lake here in a little while. And like I said, you know, in the last week or 10 days or so, we went through 3 seasons. We went through spring, it's beautiful, starting to get warm, shorts weather. Then we got high 80s, low 90s-ish. It's like summertime hot. And then, you know, like I said, last night it got down to 32 to freezing, high of 52 yesterday. Ridiculous. So you know, just the fluctuation has these fish all messed up. But covered a ton of water today, and basically, I mean, you guys saw what I did. I have a square bill, a power shot, a chatterbait, a Karashi, an underspin flashy swimmer, a jig, 8-inch Magdraft, a bait sanity glide, and a Spro glide. That was my arsenal today. And you know, I started off throwing the big baits early. Again, I knew that with that water temp dropping, it was going to be tough, right? These fish don't like when the water temp drops 10 degrees. Okay, so I spent an hour or so, maybe a couple hours, just looking for hard cover. Stumps, laydowns, stuff that was in the mouths of creek channels, hard rock, that sort of thing. Just seeing if any of those fish had, any of those big females had pulled up onto that stuff, and never got bit. And then I just started running pockets, backs of pockets. Basically, you know, this lake, like I said, has come up a few feet just the last few days. So a lot of this grass is flooded. Okay, so I had to go with weedless stuff. I did catch one on the chatterbait, but for the most part, that flashy swimmer was the fish catcher until later when we picked up the Karashi. But basically, it was weedless. So I was just running parallel to the banks in the backs of the cuts, right? The last 50, 75 yards, working my way back, fishing parallel along the reeds, along the flooded grass, just hoping that something would come out and ambush, and that's how I caught most of the fish, you know. And then when I got to the back, pick up that Karashi, if there was pollen on the water, if there was lots of stuff floating, debris creates in the back of that pocket, kind of creates like a cover for them. Throwing that Karashi along that is how I caught a lot of those fish this afternoon. But again, a great day. Never saw any bedfish, never saw anything I thought was a bed, but I feel like the quality fish I was catching today were just the males, the bucks. You know, I didn't ever hook into a big female, but it happens sometimes. But caught a bunch of fish. Again, throwing that Karashi is so much fun. You know, a lot of times they knock slack in your line, and they just hit it so hard because that thing is just so erratic, and they're chasing it down. It's like they've never seen anything like it before. But that was my game plan, from bait finesse to big swim baits and everything in between. I did have one bite on this guy, fish in the mouth of this pocket. It's kind of a weird deal. You can see the teeth marks up here in the bait, right there on the side too. But chucked it out there, let it hit bottom. I was just reeling it along. You know, anybody that's ever thrown a Magdraft knows that it has like that specific cadence to get that real good kick, that real good body movement. And I bent over to do something with the trolling motor, and as soon as I killed the bait, and then wasn't there. So kind of an interesting bite, but I did get one bite on it, hoping to catch my kicker on it, and then mixed in the Spro Shad. That's a fun little bait to throw. It gets real aggressive, real erratic. Went with that bone color. Again, with the water coming up and all the stuff in the water, I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot of clarity. So I went with that bone is a fairly visible color in that stained or muddy water. And then the bait Sanity, that thing is an awesome glide bait. But again, no love on the big baits today, but I still have a ton of confidence in it. But guys, appreciate the support. If you learned something from this video, hit that like button. Remember, subscribe to the channel. We do 3, 4, 5, 6 videos a week sometimes. But all in all, a great day out on the water. April is a great time to be out on the water. It's comfortable. I never actually took my sweats off. Ended up in shorts and shoes all day, but sun shirt, took the hoodie off. But it was just a very comfortable day out, and a successful day. Covered a ton of water, caught some fish, and had a great time. Guys, as always, thanks for the support. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video.